Okay. But first of all, hold on, wait, let's pause because we're going to get facts. Your son said that he did it. He said that he didn't. Me and you was not there.
Right.
First of all, Scarlett is the one that they said initially said that he did it. So we're not going to tell him don't cut your son's hair because we did not see him cut your son's hair. And I'm going to tell you this.
Are you calling back regarding my message, or did you have a concern or need today?
No, I'm calling in regards to your message.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't want to jump and just start talking to you.
That's okay.
Before asking you how I can help. Okay, so I called yesterday to speak to you regarding a couple of things. So the first thing was regarding Blake and the whole incident with the kids cutting hair. I was able to speak to all of the students, and I was able to see the images that you did provide to us. So I did address the student that did the cutting of Blake's hair. That student did receive consequences. Now that student did report that Blake had cut her hair. But when I spoke to Blake, he said that he had not cut her hair. But the student did have a missing piece of her hair, like in the front towards her face.
This is the same student that lied and almost had Blake in a fight after school and say that Blake cut his hair, and me and his mother and Mrs. looked thoroughly through his hair and there was no cut whatsoever. What else happened? Okay, and then what happened after that? How is this kid involved?
Because he keeps saying that I cut his hair, or because like, this all happened with Scarlett. She over long talk with some I cut his hair.
And who was Scarlett?
This one girl.
So a girl,
his girlfriend?
Yeah, I think I do know who she is. So Scarlett, the little messy little girl, so this is where it all goes downhill. Because now a girl told you that.
Did he cut your hair and do not lie right now?
He did. He cut the back of my hair.
Okay. So you seen Blake cut your hair? Or Scarlett told you that?
No, Scarlett didn't tell me. I felt like, you know when you can feel something? I felt something put my hair and Ronnie saw that too. Ronnie saw it in my hair.
So why are two people saying, and where are the sisters?
Because that's his friend.
Your friends stand by. Those are his friends.
Yes. Riley is his friend. And Scarlett is...
I'm Miss Julie.
I know, yes.
So when he came, I said, yes, hang out with him. He's good. And I think I talked to you about that.
Yes.
And Nathaniel, they're good for each other. And then I just come back from a whole week off, and now they're having issues. This has popped out.
This is crazy.
But as I'm walking over to get you, Joe, bring your, and I don't want to say the N-word, Dad, and just started going off. I go, hey, don't.
So you caught the end of it. This has been going on since you started. And yeah, it's been a mess. And the principal instructed Blake to stay away from this kid because he's conducting a lot of issues at the school. So it's not like Blake is just attacking him. This situation, I don't know much about it,
so
but this right here.
In the hallway right now, and he tells me to talk to him. He's walking by, I go, oh, Blake, tell me what's happening. I'm just going to fight. If I have to fight, I'm going to fight. No, you're not.
You know what? And at the end of the day, I've been telling him no, but he's getting tired. I've been putting everything in writing. He's been turning the other cheek. Mom, he don't want to go through down that path that he's been down already. And my kid, if somebody touches him, he's going to take off. He is. I mean, like, that's what he's going to do. We're not trying to do that anymore. Let's sit down, let's talk, let's try to work it out before we get there.
And I think I told you, but I did tell him, I've had him in my office, if you need to talk, you need a break, come find me.
And sometimes kids get tired of doing that because they get labeled as being a snitch. And then they get bullied. You know what I'm saying?
I got to get back to work. I hear what's going on, trust me, I understand. My thing is, I don't understand how you can't, you're not going to think someone took your hair. That happened. More than anything, first of all, don't touch my kid's hair. But that's scissors. Okay. You know,
but first of all, hold on, wait, let's pause because we're going to get facts. Your son said that he did it. He said that he didn't. Me and you was not there.
Right.
First of all, Scarlett is the one that they said initially said that he did it. So we're not going to tell him don't cut your son's hair because we did not see him cut your son's hair. And I'm going to tell you this, if you did, don't do stuff like that, right?
And honestly, I'm all about honesty.
Same here, because if you withhold your child when they're lying, they're going to get worse, right?
Exactly.
So that's what I'm all about too. But at the same time.
Right now with both of you, because you guys allegedly are friends, and I know how this goes with you guys. You guys be friends one day, the next, and then you're back to being cool.
And especially if you got a little messy little girl in the middle and stuff.
Apparently we all know about stuff. We know about stuff. So right now, Did you cut his hair?
No, I didn't.
At all?
I didn't.
Okay, did you
See who cut his hair?
No, nobody cut his hair.
Does hair look cut in the back?
I don't know. Where is that exactly?
Somewhere in the back. I don't know. It was somewhere like in the middle of the back.
Because you know how fresh cut hair looks.
I mean,
and when he just went like this, I didn't see nothing.
Maybe it felt like you know when you raise it with the scissors. But you guys are good. We're not gonna have no issues here because at the same time I told you come on.
So this is the piece of hair that Scarlett cut off of Blake's dreadlock. His hair was freshly done last night, Sunday. Today is Monday. This is what she did to his hair. As you can see, the tip is freshly cut. And then this is what a normal tip looks like. And again, this is the dreadlock that she cut off.
That's another issue right now I want to deal with.
So Scarlett cut your hair.
I told him if that was happening,
Yeah, you didn't know how this goes. You know I am.
Okay.
So that's my main thing. Good luck. Y'all are good. No, I don't want to hear about no issues coming on for you guys, right?
Scarlett needs to stay out the way.
Okay.
Her mother needs to
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Have a good day.
So with you, listen, I've talked to you. In the short time that I'm not he's a good man. But I remember what I told you, don't get caught up with the wrong crowd.
Exactly.
And what did I tell you about Scarlett the first time? Thank you. And when you ever have things to build up to say, I'm sorry, I was sick last week, I wasn't here. Okay.
Time to read my book.
I can still see the thing they're going on at the school.
I understand.
Baby.
And he's not perfect either. You know, I'm not.
No, we all got issues.
Yeah,
We all got
exactly.
issues. Okay. But I have told you to stay away from that little girl. I don't know why this continues with the little girl, but you and I are a mom, and we want our best for our boys, you know, because we got boys. I have one boy, and I'm going to protect my son to the day I die. And you know, in this world that we grow up in, they get judged, they get ridiculed, they get accused. Right, thank you. We don't want that for our kids.
So we're going to talk more about this Scarlett girl.
And Scarlett's the reason why all of this stuff happened with me and Riley. And this is all
So this is what happened. Also, this is what I wanted to address. And I was telling him on the way over here. Apparently, Blake called out Riley's mom. I'm sorry, Riley's mom passed away last year. It's a very hard issue with this kid, and this is what. Hold on. I understand. I lost my mom at 29. I still have issues with her.
Yeah,
She's been
it's hard. Yeah.
Right. So imagine this little boy at 9 loses his mom, and I don't think it was in such a good manner. But it triggered. That's why I think this kid triggers the way he does. Now, if he was talking about your mom, I apologize. It doesn't justify what he did, but you're better. Because you know why? Because you got this lady right here. Sweetheart, you are so blessed. You got your mama. This kid doesn't. It doesn't justify it. It's not your problem. But you don't go low when someone else is low. You go high when others go low. Remember that.
And try your best to just stay away from him. If you guys have mutual friends, if your friends decide to play with him, it's okay to take a break. You know, because like we can't continue like this. You know, like it's just I can't. All right.
Right, yeah, and that student, that was one of the students that I did speak to in, speaking with all of the kids who were involved in some way. And that student then, when he spoke to me, said, I don't know, I think maybe he didn't cut my hair. So that was one of the kids that I did speak to.
He told me and his mother that he said he thought Blake cut his hair because Scarlett said that Blake cut his hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he told me and his mother.
Okay, so, and that was not what he said to me, but he was one of the kiddos that I spoke to. Again, the student that did say that Blake had cut her hair does have hair missing. Now, I don't know, and I didn't see it, right? So that was it for that. I did not give any consequence to Blake for that. But one of the other things that I did want to let you know that I did speak to Blake about was it was shared that while in class that Blake did tell a student that he was going to stab her with the scissors that he had. So I asked Blake about that, and he told me, he said Mrs. Alonso did say that to her. He said, but I said that because that student had her hands on my hands, and I guess that student was the one that was holding his hands in class.
Yeah, she was holding his hands down, restraining him while Scarlett cut his dreadlocks off.
Right. So he did tell me that he said that to her, and then he said it just because he wanted her to
leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we had a conversation about that, and I told him, I understand why you said that. I said, but it's not something that we should be saying.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's not something that you would do, because he told me that I would never do that. And so what I said to him was, the second that he sees that the situation is escalating, the best thing to do is to stand up out of the seat, even if that's breaking the classroom rule, and walk over to the teacher and let the teacher know that this is happening. Same thing if it's something that's happening outside or in the cafe. Immediately getting to an adult and letting that adult know.
And see, that's what he did. He told Mr. and he didn't address the situation. He told Blake to hold on. And honestly, Blake doesn't feel safe in Mr. He's asking me to come into the office and move him to Mrs. Oh God, what is the other 5th grade teacher name? She's he wants to be moved to her class. He doesn't feel safe. He said he feels very uncomfortable. He says Scarlett, she continuously starts, drama, and she's always messing with him in class, and he just said he can't concentrate in that class.
Okay. And so in terms of that, so you are requesting a classroom change at this time?
Please, yes.
Okay, so in terms of that, we always have to look at numbers and make sure that our classrooms are balanced.
Okay.
Like, way more students enrolled in one class over the other. But I do hear your concern and Blake's, expression of what his needs are. So what I would like to do is to collaborate with our school principal and with our school secretary to go look at the numbers.
Okay.
And then I can do a call back to let you know if we can do the exceptions. It's something that we can do.